Hey, it's me. One of the hardest things we face is truly understanding our current life situation and how, at some level, we've helped create it. That might sound like a stretch, maybe even frustrating, but stay with me. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying that once we understand the role we've played, we gain back our power. We get to see that things don't just happen to us. We're involved. And that's actually good news. The funny thing is, this understanding is always close. It's not some far off mystery. But because it's so close, we tend to miss it. We think change has to be hard, so we make it hard. But once you learn how to really see your life and yourself clearly, it feels natural, even obvious. You realize the answers have been right in front of you all along. Here's the thing. Most of us are still running old patterns. Even those of us who've done a lot of work on ourselves still miss what's most important a lot of the time. We keep focusing on the future, what we want to happen, what needs to change, instead of fully seeing what's happening now and why. So I want to offer a gentle formula that can help you truly understand your current reality, and in doing so, open the door to transformation. Step 1. Get clear on what's missing. So first ask yourself, what exactly feels off or missing in my life right now? Be specific. It's not enough to say, I feel unfulfilled. What do you wish was different? Then take it a little deeper. How much do you actually miss what you're missing? Sometimes we say we want something, but we don't really let ourselves feel the full longing. We push it away, numb it, or downplay it. But when we name it, clearly and honestly, something begins to shift. So that's step 1. Get clear on what's missing. Step 2. Understand why you're in this situation. Once you've named what you want and acknowledged how deeply you want it, the next step is to explore why things are the way they are. This part can be tough because it asks us to take real responsibility, not blame, but honest ownership. Why are you still in this situation? What choices, beliefs, or fears have helped create or maintain it? Your outer life, no matter how messy or frustrating, is a mirror of your inner life. If you can really grasp this, something powerful happens. You stop feeling like a victim and you start to feel empowered. Step 3, look for the patterns. Sometimes your current situation is the result of years of habits, ways of thinking, reacting, protecting yourself, or trying to control things. It's not that you're doing it wrong, it's just that some of these patterns are outdated. They made sense at one time, but they don't serve you anymore. And if you've had a breakthrough, if you started to see these patterns, but things haven't changed yet, that's okay. Change takes time. Don't get discouraged if the external results don't come immediately. That's part of the journey too. Step 4, don't forget the good. As you look at what's lacking, don't forget to also see what's good. What's working in your life right now? What are you grateful for? What parts of yourself are already whole and strong? Appreciating the good isn't about ignoring the pain. It's about having a balanced view. When you recognize your gifts, it becomes easier to change the parts that are still in pain. Now, I know this can sound like a lot. It's deep, and sometimes it feels like we're juggling too many pieces at once. But let's slow it down and remember something important. You don't have to do this all at once. Each of these pieces we've talked about, understanding your current situation, facing your fears, recognizing the parts of you that might still feel cruel or guarded, and allowing yourself to feel your soft, real center again. They're all steps, and each step taken with honesty and care will gently lead you closer to peace. So what do we do with all of this? We begin by being willing to look. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? What is bothering me in my life? And can I be open to the idea that my current life situation is showing me something about myself, something that I haven't yet fully faced? And if there's fear in you, maybe fear of rejection, fear of closeness, fear of your own pain, that's okay. That fear is your guidepost. It's pointing to a place inside that's asking to be seen and understood, not hidden or pushed away. You might find as you begin to look that some part of you doesn't trust life, that you've been holding on to an old belief. If I give too much, I'll lose. If I open my heart, I'll be hurt. If I show who I really am, I'll be rejected. But these beliefs aren't the truth of who you are. They were formed a long time ago, often when we were too young to know any better. And now your task is not to beat yourself up for having them. It's simply to question them gently and with compassion. Because once you start to question, you can begin to see reality more clearly. You can begin to feel again, fully, vulnerably, beautifully. You can allow the soft, alive part of you, the real you, to breathe again. And as that part of you comes back online, something amazing happens. The fear starts to ease. Cruelty begins to soften. You stop needing to guard yourself so tightly because you no longer see life as something to protect yourself from. You start to see life as something to join, to move with, to co-create with. This is the path forward. Not a path of perfection, a path of presence. Not a path of pretending you have it all together. A path of being willing to meet yourself exactly where you are and love what you find. So, my friend, here's where you begin. Be willing to see your life clearly. Be willing to feel what you feel. Be willing to question what you believe. Be willing to meet the parts of you that are still hurting, still hiding, still afraid. And most importantly, be willing to love the real you, the soft, vulnerable, powerful you, as you are right now. The more you do this, the more life will meet you there. And I promise, it gets lighter, it gets easier, and it gets more beautiful than you ever imagined. One more thing I want to talk about today is the idea of what's called your life or alive center. That soft, alive part of you that holds your real power, that we've been referring to, that holds your deep feelings, your creativity, your love. You see, when we were young, we didn't yet know how to manage all those intense feelings. Everything felt big, right? Love felt big. Hurt felt big. Confusion felt big. And because we didn't know how to deal with all of that, most of us learned to shut some of it down. We learned to protect ourselves. We built little walls. Some of us learned to go numb. Some of us toughened up. Some of us got really good at pretending everything was fine. And those walls at the time, they were a form of survival. But now they're keeping you from feeling the richness of life. See, that vulnerable part of you, that live center, is not weak. It just hasn't been allowed to grow. And when it's separated from your adult self, from your wise, grounded, thoughtful mind, it stays small and scared. But here's the good news. You can reconnect with it. You can learn how to let it grow into its full strength. That's the real healing. Not getting rid of this part of you, but finally letting it be seen, held, and integrated into your whole being. It's not about controlling your emotions or pretending they're not there. It's about becoming strong enough to feel all of them. And knowing that feeling doesn't make you weak, it makes you real. Now, the hard truth is, when we've denied that vulnerable center for a long time, the energy from it can get twisted. It turns into defensiveness, anger, sometimes even cruelty. We don't mean to hurt others, but we lash out. We push people away. We misinterpret things. We live in a fog of confusion and pain. And we wonder, why do I feel so disconnected? Why do I feel so alone? If you're willing to pause, to look at what's really happening inside you, to feel what's underneath the fear or the anger, you'll begin to see that it all traces back to this split. A split between who you really are and who you've had to be in order to feel safe. And once you see that, you can begin to repair it. You could stop running. You can bring your attention inward and begin to build a bridge between your wise adult self and your soft, alive inner center. You can begin to ask questions like, what am I really feeling? What am I believing about this situation? Is this belief actually true? Is there a gentler, more loving way I could see this? These are not mental exercises, they're doorways. Doorways that let you back into yourself. And when you step through them, even a little, you'll start to notice something. You feel more grounded, more open, more peaceful. Because you're no longer fighting yourself. You're no longer needing to control everything or everyone. You're no longer avoiding the truth of what's alive inside of you. You're beginning to trust yourself again. And that trust is everything. As you start to rebuild that connection with yourself, you notice something else too. Life starts to feel more meaningful. Not in some dramatic, over-the-top way. More in small, steady ways. The way a conversation lands a little deeper. The way a walk outside feels more alive. The way your breath softens when you're not constantly bracing yourself. Because when you're not hiding from your own inner world, you're also not hiding from life. And that shift, it changes everything. You begin to notice where you've been withholding, not just from others, but from yourself, from the possibility of joy, from connection, from love. So here's a gentle invitation. Start offering more of yourself to life. Even if it feels small at first, even if you're not sure how, even if part of you still wants to hold back, to protect, to stay safe, you can begin right where you are. You can say quietly in your own heart, I want to give what I already am. I want to offer my gifts, my presence, my love, even if I don't feel fully ready or perfect. I trust that the best in me will grow when I allow it to move through me. And then watch what begins to unfold. When you give from that place, not out of obligation or to prove anything, simply because it feels true, something incredible happens. You start to feel less afraid of being hurt, less afraid of being seen, less afraid of life. Because you're not waiting anymore. You're participating. And you're doing it from a place of honesty, not defense. That honesty makes you strong, not hard, deeply strong. It doesn't mean life won't bring challenges. It means you'll meet those challenges with all of you. Your wisdom, your courage, your compassion, and your beautiful, tender heart. So keep noticing, keep softening, keep choosing truth over protection. And most of all, keep remembering you don't have to fix everything. You just have to keep showing up to your life, moment by moment, with a willingness to feel and a desire to love. That's what heals everything in the end. And here's something to hold close as you go. You're not alone in any of this. Every human being, in their own way, is walking this same path, learning how to come out of hiding, how to let go of false control, how to give and receive love freely. We all struggle with the same questions, the same fears, the same ache for connection and belonging. You are not broken. You are becoming. And becoming requires gentleness. It requires presence. It asks you to stay with yourself, especially when old parts of you want to shut down or lash out or disappear, especially when you feel like withdrawing into your shell. You don't need to rush. You don't need to do it all perfectly. Just stay with your heart. Keep turning toward truth. Keep choosing to feel what's real, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's messy, even if it's tender. Because every time you choose presence over pretense, softness over self-protection, you dissolve another layer of the wall between you and life, between you and others, between you and yourself. And that's how real healing happens, not by force, but by honesty, not by controlling the process, but by allowing it. And when you live from this place, when you give of yourself in this open, unguarded way, life gives back. Not always in the ways you expect, but in the ways you need. Peace begins to rise. Clarity begins to return. Love becomes something you don't have to chase anymore because it's simply what flows through you. So here's how we'll end this together. Take a breath. Place your hand on your heart. And if you feel called, speak this softly to yourself. I am safe to be all that I am. I choose to give what is already within me. I choose to open. I choose to love. I choose to live from the truth that it's not me versus the other. It's me and the other. And from that place, everything is possible. And it truly is. You are already on your way. Keep going. Gently, honestly, bravely. I'm with you. Love you. Connect soon.